I have got half a mile of fencing that I need to roll out in order to protect our garden from the deer, and I do not want to do that by hand. So I've come up with another Gorilla Cart hack that I'm going to show you. I'm going to rig this Gorilla Cart up to spool the wire out, and I can drive around the garden in the lawnmower. So what I've got is a 1/2-inch piece of threaded rod. I've got some 1/2-inch clamps. And I'm just going to use some self-tappers to attach it to the Gorilla Cart, and then I'm going to put my spool wire in the middle. It's that simple. Now I'm going to cut this down because I've got some extra length on each end. So I'm going to measure that and cut it down. I'm going to put a large washer and a nut on each end, so that way as it spools, it cannot be pulled in from either side. So I'm probably going to leave about 2 inches or so sticking out. So I've got plenty of space for the nut and the washer. And of course, we're going to get a nut on here first, because once you cut this threaded rod, you need to take the nut back off in order to correct the threads. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a shot, but I actually had a couple ideas about how I think I could make this little hack better. When I get my spool on here, I've got some extra nuts and washers, and I'm gonna put them on either side of the spool of wire to keep it from sliding. And I also grabbed an extra clamp. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clamp this right in the middle on the back of the Gorilla Cart, and then I can feed the wire through it, and it'll keep it from wanting to run away from me and get off on either side of the spool. So let's go ahead and add all that, get the spool on here, and then I'm going to start making my laps all the way around the garden. Worked really well. I got all the way around with my first strand, got it pretty tight. I'm very happy. The only problem I really ran into is that even though these nuts were not completely tight on here and it could spin freely, it still caught the threaded rod just enough to spin it, and with the direction the spool was turning, it ended up working this nut loose on this side twice. I had to get out and tighten it. So I found a serrated flange nut that I'm going to replace that with, and actually brought a socket out to really get it tight. So overall, I'm really happy with how this worked out. I did most of it for free. I just had to buy that 3-foot piece of threaded rod, and it worked. So I'm gonna get that serrated nut on there to see if it fixes it, and I'm gonna go again. No need to film because you get the idea. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this new Gorilla Cart hack helps you on your farm or your homestead. I've got another Gorilla Cart hack, has worked really well for me around here, so I will link that below. You can check it out too. But if you need to run some wire for your fence, or really for anything else, this will work. I did set this threaded rod back about 1 foot, because if I ever did have a bigger spool of something, I wanted to make sure that it would fit. And the nice thing is that I can just take this off when I'm done with it. But even if I didn't, I've got plenty of room in the front of the Gorilla Cart still. I used it earlier and hauled some feed bags around, so it doesn't really interfere with the day-to-day stuff around here on the farm. So thank you for checking this out. We hope that you liked this video and that you'll come back for more. Thanks.